everybody, we have an exciting show for you in store today. Steve Taylor's High School Stars of the Week, and first time ever in studio, I think we could say ever in the history,
Right.
we have got our own mascot in here, and this is unbelievable. We are going to, it's like the Masked Singer. We're
Yeah.
We're going to reveal who this is in a moment, but Tom, tell us a little bit about this awesome mascot.
Well, you know, there are some mascot rules with Jackson, pre-staff, who's under this, and his wonderful mom are in studio today, and there are some mascot rules. And one is that, and I've heard this again and again, I've interviewed a few mascots in my day. Muddy, Madonna, Muddy, the Walleye, the mascot. I've interviewed a lot of mascots. None that look as good as Jackson does. But mascots don't talk. I always get that rule, they don't talk. Well, you know what? We're breaking the rules today because our great mascot is going to say a few words. So again, Jackson, pre-staff from Springfield High School, 4 years, boss, of dedication to a school, doing all those events.
Wow.
And you know, you talk about not getting credit. You know, I do everything for credit. I'm like, hey boss, did you know I did that? Then you pat me on the back and say, oh yeah, Tom, that's great. You know, but he never asks for credit. He never, he just shows up. You talk about giving yourself to an organization, to a school, and not getting that pat on the back and that attaboy. Jackson's done it for 4 years. I think he's the best mascot in Northwestern Ohio. There's no question about it, and he's done a remarkable job. We're proud to have Jackson here in studio, his mom with us also. Can you do this for us, Jackson? Can you take your mask off? Is this going to break too many rules for us? Or okay,
he's good. Look, he's good. I was worried even about saying his name. You talk about the rules. They don't talk. You can't say their name. But here he is, Jackson, live in studio. Jackson, thanks for being here today.
Thanks for having me.
4 years as the mascot?
Yep.
Oh my gosh. So I can't even begin to think about how many events you've been to between all the sporting events
Right.
and all the school activities. I'm going to put you on the spot here, though. Do you have one memory that maybe stands out as your favorite as an event you went to where you were the mascot and something happened that was just one of those things that you'll never forget?
Probably freshman year, we went to a road game at Bowling Green, and it was one of those games where it was an absolute nail biter. Actually went into overtime.
Oh, wow.
And we ended up winning the game by 1 point.
Okay. So that was pretty exciting.
Mm-hmm.
So since you've been doing this all 4 years, Tom keeps talking about how tall you are. And you're a perfect fit for this Blue Devil mascot. But were you this tall as a freshman? Did you have to get bigger suits every year?
I always fit into the costume. I was about 5'10" when I started, I think.
So the Blue Devil has gotten taller every year.
Well, to your point, boss, when they make the Superman movies and the Spider-Man movies, they get these Hollywood actors. A lot of times they're 5'10" or 5'9" and weigh 155 pounds,
right.
And they've got to put in all the padding and all the stuff in the suit. The big man just stands up and he can put the suit on. I mean,
for anyone watching, this is not padding. This is all real, right, Jackson?
Yeah.
Jackson, do you ever have the opposing fan? Sometimes opposing fans can be a little rough. I've seen Muddy take a couple shots in a game, where somebody throws something at him or gets after him. Did you ever have anybody from an opposing stand give you a hard time?
Most of it was just, little minor stuff.
Okay.
Everyone knows I'm a high school student, so.
Yeah. So they're giving you a break.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you want to go on? I'm sorry, Buster, do you want to, because you're done now, right? It's all 4 years, incredible 4 years. Would you do this again in another venue, like if the Mud End's called, or
The
if
Rockets,
the Walleye, or
right?
the Rockets called?
Rockets,
would
they
that
got
be
a great
something that you would, be interested in?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, maybe we make some calls for Jackson.
So you talked about some of the opposing schools' fans, but I wondered about the opposing schools' mascots because you see more and more of the mascot brawls.
They kind of fight each other.
Yeah, they're fighting.
Any of that, Jackson?
Any fun fighting going on with the other schools?
Not a lot. I remember at the Bowling Green game, I walked out of the bathroom where I was changing, and right outside was their two mascots talking to a kid, or not talking, but interacting. Sure. I walk out and the kid is just fixated on me, kind of ignoring the other ones.
Oh yeah.
I kind of just walked by, and then he's. I didn't want to steal the spotlight from the other mascots,
right.
so.
Well, take me there, Jackson, because you're changing in the restroom, which is logical. So you're coming out of the restroom and somebody's coming in, and there you are, the 6'4" Springfield Blue Devil. Do you ever get anybody go, whoa, hey, how you doing?
Yeah. Yeah.
Some looks.
Yeah, the one time when I was walking out of that bathroom, someone just looks up and then I kind of just walked by.
Yeah.
You know, it's funny how mascots, have been around forever.
Yeah.
And like Tom said, he's interviewed a bunch of them. But, just the last few years, you've seen them more on the commercials, And
Yes.
now, I don't know who it is, but man, they've got all the mascots involved, and it's been really neat to see so many different college-level mascots.
Right.
So maybe there's a future down the road at one of these schools. Do you have thoughts of maybe what you're going to do next year?
I don't really have a plan on what I want to do as a full career yet. Still thinking about
I
it.
got you. Are you thinking of going to school next year?
Probably take a gap year.
There you go. I know a lot of people are doing that now. My niece did that. I think it makes a lot of sense. So cool. Well, I think what we should do is, if you do think about getting back, in a mascot business, let Tom or I know. We know some people. Maybe they can suit you up for a game or something.
Yeah.
It'd be fun.
Or boss, maybe, you're a thinker outside the box, but we got a great mascot here. You do a ton of events around town.
That's
Maybe
true.
we have a Steve
Our
Taylor
own mascot.
mascot and he's sitting right here and we come up with a great, uniform and how cool would that be,
Kia had the hamsters for a while. We've got a couple hamster costumes around here.
Well, we can't have a 6'4" hamster. this
That'd be
is a
pretty
big
funny.
man here. We
That'd be
gotta
funny.
come up with something.
Yep.
But that could be a possibility, boss. Come up with.
Tom and I, they had mascot uniforms for us, but like we talked about Jackson getting taller, we kept getting wider, and so we didn't fit in the uniforms, so we couldn't be the mascots.
Nah, it ain't gonna work out. It ain't
Nope.
gonna work out. Jackson, you know what? Steve always talks about service, doing things for others without expecting anything back, without expecting the accolades, just doing it because you can make something better or you can be positive and contribute to an organization. You are a perfect example for that, a great example for young people to see, here's a guy that's given back 4 years to his school and made all the events better and asked for nothing in return. And that's something to be very proud of. You're gonna be a very successful young man. This is one of Steve's, he's got the book you're gonna get that Steve wrote's great, and he lists goals and aspirations, and that's something that will make you very successful. Don't you think, boss?
Absolutely, yeah, for sure. And the devotion to your school is
Yeah.
amazing, but like you said, doing all this behind the scenes and not really
It's
expecting
so cool.
anything in return, that's amazing. So we wish we had more young people like
Yeah.
you in Northwest Ohio.
100%.
That's great. Yeah.
Can we ask Jackson to stay? We've got one other high school star to talk about. We'll just keep you on set. Is that good?
Mhm.
All right, Jackson's with us.
Who's up next, Tom?
That'd be Mia Buff from St. Ursula.
St. Ursula, that's right.
She's a swimmer.
And Mia has had an outstanding career at St. Ursula. Like we talk about, Northwest Ohio is full of talented athletes,
Yeah.
student athletes. St. Ursula has got a fantastic program too, but talk a little bit about Mia and some of the accolades she received.
Well, they had their big meet, whether that's the sectional, I think it's the sectional. They had their big swim meet, and she received 2 individual first places in the big swim meet, and that's remarkable. If you ever watch swimmers train in high school,
Yes.
a lot of times they're in the pool at like 5:30 in the morning. They swim for an hour and a half. It's nonstop. I mean, they one time, well, you're too young for this, Jackson, but I'll tell you anyways. Joe Namath, an old-time quarterback, he had horrible knees. His knees were totally destroyed, no knees at all. And they didn't think he could play anymore. And they took him, he couldn't hardly walk. And they took him to a YMCA after practice with the Rams and put him in a pool, and he did a swimmer's routine, and he got in the best shape of his life. And he said it was the hardest thing he's ever done in his life from a pro football player. So Mia is a great swimmer, a great competitor, and a caveat, boss and Jackson, her brother, I can't remember his first name, but he from St. Francis, Buff is the last name, and he won all kinds
wow.
of events.
Yeah.
So the brother and the sister are incredible swimmers, maybe Olympians someday. They're that good, so we'll see.
You talk about the commitment that these swimmers make, sort of like hockey players. There's
Yeah.
limited ice time.
That's
There's
a perfect analogy.
Limited pool time. 5 a.m. swims,
Yeah.
and late night swims, so it's difficult. But the commitment that these swimmers have in our area, we've got a lot of really talented swimmers too.
Yeah,
They go
Mia's
on to the next
great,
level.
and her brother's great, and I'd be remiss, boss, if we didn't mention too, and I know how much you appreciate this young lady, but Christina White from Springfield High School.
Absolutely.
Again, she's another one of the Steve Taylorites that you just give back. She never asks for anything. She gives back. She brought, Jackson, your story to us. It wouldn't happen without her. She said, you've got to meet this young man. He's such a great young man, and we appreciate Christina so much for what she does in the community.
Absolutely. She's helped us out.
A lot.
Get involved in Springfield. And
Yeah, a
a
lot.
lot of fun on the radio program we've got, Blue Devil Radio, where Tom, Terry, Nick, and I are on. So
Christina said the ratings were down when we were on, but she may give us one more.
we haven't been asked back yet.
She may give us one more opportunity. So
Awesome. No, good stuff. Thanks for being in the studio today, Jackson. Good luck, whatever path you decide
Yes.
to go down. I know Springfield will definitely miss you as the
Yeah.
Blue Devil, and big shoes to fill for whoever decides to wear the mascot next year.
Yeah.
thanks, Jackson.
Thanks everybody for tuning in. We'll see you next time on Steve Taylor's High School Stars of the Week. Have a good one.